Because King Arthur's story is the story of the national founding legend of Great Britain. King Arthur was the first king, and he organized all the tribes in Britain and defended Britain against the invading armies of the Saxons. And he did this primarily because he felt that it was his mission in life to form a new nation. And Ataturk was the same way, except he's much closer to us in time, 100 years ago. But he did the same thing. He stepped forward at the right time in the right place and defended this nation so that we can sit here today and have a free discourse on whatever subject we choose, the education system. He built all of that. So I understand your appreciation for him. And I want to kind of link these historical characters to him because they were the same kinds of people. People who were willing to sacrifice their lives for their country. And what I want to show you today is some of the battles that took place. The Battle of the Ice Lake and then the final battle in which King Arthur becomes king. But he doesn't decide this all by himself. He has Queen Guinevere at his side. And she gradually convinces him that, you know, you're not a Roman soldier, the Romans aren't here anymore. You are king of the Britons. That is your mission in life. That is why you are here. So we'll get a chance to meet Queen Guinevere. We've already met the Knights of the Round Table. And we'll continue with the legend of King Arthur. Okay, good. Do you see the difference between that and the first time?
Yeah. She's more confident.
You're more confident, it's much more engaging, it's much more entertaining. And obviously, everybody knows what the sensory things are that you did, but let's pretend they don't. Like if it's a much younger audience, and you're teaching them about those kinds of things. You know, and then you come over here and you say to this part, the long-term memory is my recollection of these events. My memory works on these. And 20 years from now, I will remember the smell of this coffee and the taste of this water. You know, actually using your body as the medium of the information, so that you're actually engaging the five senses, and everybody sees it, on something that's sitting right in front of them, and then you show us what the working part of it is, what happens to that information, and then the long-term part of it, delivered over here. Now, I guarantee you, done that way, nobody will forget the difference between those three memories. Up until the point where you did that, I guarantee you that probably very few people in this classroom really completely understood the difference between those and how they're connected and what happens to information that goes from one to the next. You see what you did?
Yes.
That's powerful. It's subtle. We don't really think about it as being that powerful. But the difference between what she just did and what everybody else did is the difference between day and night. We now have a clear visual image that we will never forget about those three memory forms. Well done. Okay, that's good.
And
Also,
after that, Paris calls Hector. This one. And then
In modern
and also for the narration, it would be, because you're kind of a transition between these things. So if you pick up a little bit of the anger, you know, normally you're
But she cuts the scene. You know, we stop and she comes in, and from camera.
yeah, you're explaining it to the audience, so you're not screaming at the top of your lungs, but it has to take on some of that emotional quality. Like Menelaus' fury and his prayers anger Paris, but Menelaus is right to do so. You know, Just maybe it's a good first read.
Okay.
Maybe a
Or
little more
pray
dramatic
yourself,
reading to make the
prayers.
transition between these
Pray-
two parts.
Eğerek sonra.
Dua eden neden?
Doğacı.
Yeah, that's good.
Duacı
Oldu da.
Is it prayers or pray?
Prayers.
Prayers.
That's good. You got it.
Angers'taki say
Can
desin.
we bring it
Anger.
back a little bit?
Angry mi?
Anger,
Ay
anger.
anger sadece.
Anger sadece.
That's it.
Yukarı çık biraz.
Yukarı
That's
çık.
good. Yeah.
Brother, in front of you and the gods, I have to say that I'm in love with Helen. Even this is the result of my decision. I believe that this fate has connected us with Helen. I know you think I have betrayed you. I know you think that I have forsaken you. Believe me, I think the same way just like you do. I betrayed you, my father, and my empire. But I cannot resist the power of love. Forgive me, brother, for everything that I have done. That I have.
I cannot believe this. How can you think like that? How can a woman's love can surpass your love for your father, your love for your empire, even me, your love for your brother? I am in love with my wife too, but I would never put her in front of my empire's sake, my father's sake. But I'm your brother, and I will protect you against your enemies. I will give you your loved one, but I will never forgive you for what you have done. After our fight for your love is over, may the gods be with you, brother.
Who wrote that?
We did.
You did? It's good. It's good writing.
So,
Why don't we have the scene descriptions? Who wants to do scene description? Madhva, would you like to do scene description, parentheses, italics? Okay. And again, the two of you, both you and Gaia, are setting the tone of this scene. This is a very argumentative scene, right? So you might start, you have to kind of decide on what type of emotion you're going to lead with. The queen and the councilman discuss her visit to the council chambers. The queen will speak for Leonidas and ask for the support of the Spartan army. And then you come in. Leonidas was a brave king and a great leader who led the Spartan 300 to the greatest last stand in human history at the gates of Thermopylae. 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 Okay. Okay, let's try this. Action.
The queen and the councilman discuss her visit to the council chambers. The queen will speak for Leonidas and ask for the support of the Spartan army.
Leonidas was a brave king and a great leader who led the Spartan 300 to the greatest last stand in human history at the gates of
Thermopylae.
Thermopylae. But there were traits in the council. Men who saw no advantage to fighting the Persian army. Men who opposed Leonidas and his warriors. The queen of Sparta risked her life to conceive them that they must join the fight.
So the queen has this quality of, regal, fearlessness, yet compassion. All the things that you want in a leader, she is.